Welcome to Durbania. I'm Rhapthorne.
I'm Durban.
And today we're doing our spoiler talk on Hardcore Henry.
Yeah! Something different about this place, isn't there? Just something slightly... We got all kinds of movie posters!
Dude!
Ah!
So we have to send a huge thank you out to the Downtown Center 7 movie theater in San Luis Obispo, California.
Yes.
Dude, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for all the movie posters they donated to us. The manager, special shout out here, Manager Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer.
You so much,
Thank
dude.
you.
We wouldn't have this amazing looking set without you guys. I travel there just to watch their movies because of their little recliner seats.
Oh my goodness. You just lay back and...
So good.
Oh, okay, anyway. So if you hear us right now talking about this awesome set and you're listening on iTunes or SoundCloud and you're like, well, that means nothing to me, click that link. Check us out on YouTube. Our videos are pretty slick, if I do say so myself.
Yeah,
and this set, it's awesome. Hardcore Henry. I did not like this movie.
This is okay.
I mean, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was unique.
I wasn't bored.
I agree with one of our viewers, Dimitri Kim, I hope I'm saying your name right, who did a comment on my spoiler-free video. They said, it's just an action roller coaster, smiley face. If it has a great story, it would be a super hit, but it's just a good attraction roller coaster. And I agree. That to me sums up my whole feelings of this movie. If the story would have been fantastic, I think this would have been a great hit, and I really would have felt like I was immersed in it.
Yeah.
And that would have been amazing. But to me, I feel like the first-personness almost limited the story.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. It's like there's really no story.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
I mean, you got this vague thing where we have to say where, because it's like they're trying to make you're the dude in this movie.
Right.
So it's like we wake up and our wife is there and now we're a cyborg.
Yeah.
But what I'm unclear on is how did we get there? Because there's no flashbacks. There's not like a clear explanation. It's like, wait, did we die? Did we get in an accident? Why are we rebuilt as a cyborg?
Yeah. So, guys, now this movie is the very first of its kind. It's the first-person view movie that we've seen on the big screen. Now, I've seen other YouTubers, you know, they've done like Call of Duty and things like that, where it looks really cool, you know, first-person view. But this is the first movie that we've come across, and yeah.
One of the things that limited it for me was not getting to know the characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there was one character we got to know really well.
Jimmy!
We got to know Jimmy super well because no matter where Henry goes, Jimmy shows up. And that was really confusing in the beginning because Jimmy gets shot and dies. Then all of a sudden, Jimmy's in this next scene, guiding you through this. Then he dies. But then all of a sudden, Jimmy's in the next scene.
Burns up in fire.
Yes. And then finally, they get to the explanation of why.
Yeah. And they actually tell you why. So, like, when we get to the lab, when we get to Jimmy's lab, he shows us a video of himself, and he's working for the bad guy, ACAM or
ACAM, I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, telekinesis bad guy, dude.
Whatever.
And he's working for him, and he's trying to create this army of cyborgs.
Yeah,
that
like
he can
reanimating
control.
Dead bodies, turning them into cyborgs.
Yeah, really
I don't know.
Crazy
It was
kind
weird
of stuff. So he's trying to turn everybody on, and like things go haywire, and the boss gets really mad, and he breaks his back. So it turns him into a paraplegic. So you know he's using this technology through all these clones or cyborg.
It's like these cyborg clones, and through these VR goggles, he links to these clones, so they're like his avatar. So in that sense, he still gets to breathe, and well, he's breathing anyway. But he gets to walk, run. I mean, do everything he normally did. But he now lives vicariously through these clones of himself, which is why every time one died, another one would show up because he's made a lot of these.
Absolutely. And so we really get his backstory, and we really get to know who Jimmy is.
We get to know his flaws. Yeah. We get to know those good things. So, like, this becomes a character we get attached to because, you know, he becomes Henry's, like, friend, like his best friend throughout this movie. Yeah. So that's where I know this movie could have been great. Because the way they attached us to Jimmy through this first-person thing was incredible. And I liked Jimmy. Yeah. But, like, there's things where you don't connect. Like, you don't connect to the wife.
Not at all.
And here's why it was crucial that you connected to Henry's wife. Because in the movie, she betrays Henry. She's really with the bad guy. she planted memories of this marriage and life in his head. So at the end, she betrays him. Now, this is supposed to be this huge moment of, ooh, even if you see it coming.
Yeah.
Because you do see it coming. But, like,
Totally.
It's supposed to be this big moment. But because she's only in the beginning, they do hardly any flashbacks. They don't even do anything where it's like he starts to get his memory back.
Yeah.
Whoa! Bless you.
Sorry. My bad, guys.
And so they do no creative flashbacks. They do none of that stuff. So there's nothing that makes you like her too much as a character. Yeah. There's nothing that makes you feel connected to her so that when she does the betrayal, you're not hurt about it. So it's like, okay, when the moment that betrayal happened, I went, yeah, so, okay.
Didn't really care about her anyway.
Yeah. That was one of the limiting factors for me. And the bad guy.
Well, the bad guy, he's got telekinesis.
Why?
Like, see, and this is the thing, it's like, there's no lead up, we don't know, like, what kind of world we're really living in, because...
Yeah. There's cyborgs, and now there's a dude with telekinesis. What is going on?
Like, is there some kind of crazy cell research that happened, and, like, now we can create superhumans? Like, what's going on? Like, and if that is the case, if he has telekinesis, why does he need to create cyborgs? Why can't he just use other people with telekinesis? Like...
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. And plus the telekinesis becomes this super cheap way to take care of things. Because Henry gets close, telekinesis away. Henry gets close, telekinesis away. In the few scenes that we even get the bad guy, but he's not even so menacing like the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
We come to love that villain. This guy, we don't even get to know that well. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just, meh.
Really bad jump cuts through the entire movie.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, running... and then jump cut to 5 feet ahead of where you just were.
Yep.
Like, weird things like that. Like, climbing up the wall and not actually looking up.
Yeah, you like, look up to see where you're going.
Looks like you're climbing a wall like this. Like, you're looking down, and then you're jumping up, like, and you're looking down.
But then jump cut, he's there. It's like, oh, that's just dizzying. And then he's like chasing somebody down a road. Jump cuts to 5 feet ahead. Jump cuts to another 5 feet ahead. It's like, just shoot the scene in a place where there's plenty of stuff that looks awesome. Then you don't have to jump cut him here to there to make it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. This movie was only an hour and a half long. They could have made it another half hour long, got rid of a lot of the jump cuts, and given us a little bit of backstory.
And the jump cuts made the final scene in this movie hard to watch and understand. Super horrible.
Oh my god.
And it was supposed to be awesome. He's fighting hundreds of these weird cyborg things all at once, and it's supposed to be great, but it was hard to follow.
It was so hard to follow that I kind of checked out during the big fight scene between him and like all of the other cyborgs. Oh, this guy's right in front of you. Oh, this guy's right in front of you. Oh, you're smashing this guy in the face again. Like, I don't know, it was too much for me.
And then when he finally kills the bad guy, like, he rips out his eye, wraps it around the bad guy's head, goes in his mouth.
Right here. And then he yanks on it really hard. Like, decapitates him from here up.
But it was weird, because since Henry pulled out his own eye, the screen splits, which actually was kind of a cool effect. That was probably the only scene where it was like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then the other thing, too, if you haven't seen this movie and you get sick with a shaky camera...
Oh, my goodness. That's all it is.
Don't go watch the movie.
No. Because,
going into it, you realize, okay, it's going to be a little shaky, but there's times where it's completely over the top shaky, and it just, you kind of lose track of what's going on, and it's just not a good thing. Not a good thing. Super bad CGI as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Super bad CGI.
When you turn your live action movie into a first person shooter game, I think you've gone a wrong direction.
Yeah. Well, when Jimmy has the bazooka, he calls it Big Ben, which I thought was cool. And he shoots it like the smoke is obviously CG.
Oh, yeah.
The explosion, not great. Just super bad CGI, man.
Yeah, there's a scene where Henry's got a grenade launcher and the whole thing turns CG. And it's like, I might as well have a controller in my hand controlling this. I mean, it pulled me out rather than bringing me in.
Yeah. So again, 2 out of 5 stars for me. Just too much wrong with this movie. Not a movie I'd want to go see again. And now that I've seen a first-person view movie, it doesn't make me want to see another one in the future. No. So I'm good.
And I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. And I don't need to add to what he said. Because, really, what he said If you saw Hardcore Henry, how many stars would you give it? Let us know down here in the comment section. While you're there, hit subscribe and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Durbin.
And I'm Rhapthorne.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.